First this evening, we queer up breaking news. Tel Aviv gay bar destroyed overnight by Iran ballistic missile attack. At 4 a.m. local time, Queer News Tonight anchor Al Ferguson began to report on a major ballistic missile attack on Central Tel Aviv. Sirens screamed as every phone in Israel sounded the Category 1 alarm for a missile attack. In minutes, Iron Dome, the anti-rocket defense system, launched. Hotspots Happening Out's Vice President Al Ferguson was in Tel Aviv covering the return of Tel Aviv Pride. It was canceled on Friday because of the Iranian nuclear sites attack. His hotel has had 12 missile warnings with hundreds of missiles launched at Tel Aviv and across Israel. The 4 a.m. attack today was the largest and the most dangerous. Ferguson reported from Central Tel Aviv that you see incoming missiles. At one point, he says, quote, "A major explosion was just heard," end quote. The flash was greater and closer than he knew at that moment. The ballistic missile hit just 4 blocks from his hotel, across from Tel Aviv Pride, and had major damage. One of the casualties was the gay bar called MASH Central. On social media, they market the bar, Monday night drag shows, and other LGBTQ events as TLV's last gay bar standing. As you can see, the slogan is no longer true as the bar was destroyed. The bar owned by Giora was visited by Al Ferguson early this morning. MASH Central was on Allenby Square and had a ballistic missile hit a large apartment building that caused widespread destruction. 7 other buildings on the square had major damage as thousands of windows were blown out and many stores, shops, and restaurants were also destroyed or heavily damaged.
Well, it's Al Ferguson from Queer News Tonight, and I'm standing in the heart of Tel Aviv at this moment in Allenby Square. I'm approximately 4 blocks from the hotel I'm staying at for Tel Aviv Pride. And I want to show you what happened, if you have not seen my video last night of the ballistic missile attack. Here's one of the results, just 4 blocks from my hotel. This is standing in the middle of the square, block after block, as you see, all the way down to the Mediterranean, which is 2 blocks. All of the windows have been blown out of the buildings from here to the Mediterranean. And you can see here in the square the results. A ballistic missile, at least one, believed to be approximately 32 feet long, has landed here and has been a direct hit on this apartment building that you can see here in the square. They're cleaning the collapse of road and debris here in front of us in the square. You can see extensive damage on many of the buildings around this building in Allenby. Last night at approximately 4 a.m., the alarm siren began. In about 3 minutes, Iron Dome began to launch, and the video that I shared last night, early this morning for us here in Tel Aviv, I posted showing Iron Dome engaging, and you could see Iranian ballistic missiles coming into the capital, landing right in the heart of Tel Aviv. Since the attack from Iran on Friday morning that caused the cancellation of Tel Aviv Pride, this is the first time that we have seen damage right in the heart of Tel Aviv. Over my shoulder, if you can see down this street, you can see the water. That is the Mediterranean. Where this street ends, empties into Tel Aviv Pride's site, footprint that was going to be where Tel Aviv Pride parade was, 2 blocks behind me, and the festival site right behind that on the beach. What happens here in Israel is every mobile phone in Israel, whether you're Israeli or visitor, etc., goes off by the Israeli Defense Force, and they send an alarm saying that they've detected incoming missiles, and you have approximately 7 to 10 minutes to get to shelter. Last night, the sirens rang even faster than the general mobile telephone alert, and we had no time to get to shelter, and that's why you were able to see the images that we showed. Then we showed you the missiles coming in, Iron Dome defending the city. At breakfast this morning, there was resignation that this is continuing, and we don't currently know what the outcome of this is. The U.S. Embassy, we understand, I have not been able to confirm this yet, the U.S. Embassy is another 2 blocks. I'm on my way to the U.S. Embassy now. I have heard that the U.S. Embassy has been hit. I will verify that accuracy, but we have been told that it has. I am carrying my U.S. passport with me now to go to the U.S. Embassy to see what kind of recommendation arrangements the U.S. Embassy is saying for American citizens to be able to get out. We currently are locked here in Tel Aviv, the city and the state of Israel, in a state of emergency. We are not able to get out of Israel. There are no planes flying. So this is Alabi Square. It is the first proof since I've been here that Iron Dome is not foolproof. You can see the damage results over my shoulder. But in every way, I continue to see that the Israelis are united and determined in this state of emergency. I'll continue to keep you updated. Al Ferguson from Queer News Tonight.
The square was just 4 blocks from Ferguson's hotel. Here's his reporting on the destruction of the gay bar.
It's Al Ferguson with Queer News Tonight. I'm standing in Alabi Square. How sad is the conclusion of the canceled Tel Aviv Pride on the overnight attack from Iran in Central Tel Aviv. And I thought I would show you some images directly reflecting the LGBTQ community here in Tel Aviv.
Mash Central Gay Bar, was eerie as the Tel Aviv Pride rainbow decorations were still hanging in the windows, as the bar was destroyed. Later, Ferguson visited the LGBTQ center in Tel Aviv, that is only blocks away from Mash Central Gay Bar, to discuss the emotional toll of the ongoing attacks on the LGBTQ plus community. Al will file a separate story on that visit and interview. Currently, all airports are closed in Israel as the country is in a state of emergency. Most businesses are closed and everyone must stay close to emergency shelters. Al is stranded and not currently able to get out of Israel. Today, he visited the U.S. Embassy only to find it is completely closed with no U.S. personnel present. Israel security, who are monitoring the safety of the building, advised him to send an email to the U.S. Embassy for instructions. The U.S. Embassy was hit by shrapnel from the Alabi Square missile. Ferguson told Queer News Tonight, quote, "This is the scariest event I have ever witnessed. The fear in the LGBTQ community is real here. Nerves are being shattered while waiting for the next phone missile alarm going off across Israel. Today's ballistic missile damage shows that the defense of Tel Aviv is not 100%, but the resilience of the Israelis and the LGBTQ community to this crisis is really inspirational," end quote. This story is very fluid, and Queer News Tonight will continue with Al Ferguson in live reports from Tel Aviv. We are expecting Al's safe return, and we will keep you updated on this story. That is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.